Hey everyone, it's me, Jules AF of the Goten channel. I'm actually going to do something a little different this time. Usually I do reaction videos, gameplay, and much more, well, commentary videos, reading hater comments, and all, etc, etc. But I feel like I want to do more with this channel. I want to do more what I want to do. And I felt like, because Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, why don't I make a video reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming? I really don't care how much views this video gets, I'm doing it because I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man has been a big inspiration to me, and sort of like a father figure to me for such a long time. And Spider-Man Homecoming just came out, so I watched it yesterday, and I watched it with my friend Kid Boo, and I'm going to give you my overall thoughts about the movie. So Spider-Man Homecoming is the 7th Spider-Man movie, and is directed by John Watts. And if you guys are wondering, why is this the 7th Spider-Man movie? Well, it's because the Sam Raimi movies and Mark Webb movies, there's 2 Mark Webb Spider-Man movies, which is the Amazing Spider-Man movies, and 3 Sam Raimi movies that are, Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I don't know what I was about to say there, but, if you guys are wondering what the first one was, like, why, you said 7, does that mean Homecoming 7, but it's supposed to be 6, can't you fucking count? But no, what I mean by that is that the first ever Spider-Man movie is the one from the 1970s, the first live-action one, not sure if it was 1970s, 1980s, I never got around to watch it. I probably will watch it in the future because I'm a Spider-Man nerd, but as of now, I still haven't seen it. I probably will this year, because I have a lot of free time this year, and as a sort of project, I don't know, I'll probably get to it eventually. So what I did was, before watching Homecoming, I rewatched all 5 Spider-Man movies and gave my overall opinions about it, and I had to rewatch these 2. Yeah, I kinda had to. Well, anyway, the story of Spider-Man Homecoming shows the story of Spider-Man, aka played by Tom Holland, exploring his new responsibility being Spider-Man. This movie takes place a couple months after Civil War, around 2 months to be more precise, and it's just a worldwide gap. You see Spider-Man having his new powers and having his new suit, and see him as a lower ground hero. He's not really fighting aliens, he's not fighting supervillains, he's mainly more of a ground superhero, fighting, burglars and just typical villains that steal stuff, yeah. And he wants to do more. He wants to do more. Expand to the level of Avengers. His goal is to join the Avengers in this movie. And just to impress Iron Man, played by Robert Downey Jr. Now, just warning you guys, Iron Man is hardly in this movie. He's probably like in 8 minutes of screen time at most in this movie. He's mainly there as the father figure to Peter, telling him what he should do and what he doesn't want him to do. So yeah, for all you people that are just only watching this movie just to watch Iron Man, well, you're gonna be greatly disappointed. He's only in it for 8 minutes, so I don't recommend you watch it just for Iron Man. And, let's think about this movie. Zendaya's character in the movie, Michelle, she doesn't really play a big part. She's mainly there as a side character, just to be there for comedic purposes, such as Ned Leeds' character, aka played by Jacob. He's Peter's best friend, but I feel like he's probably one of the worst friends ever. I mean, he's always there for Peter, and always wants to help him in the dire situations, but I feel like he wasn't really so much of a good friend. I can think of much more people that are better friends to Peter in the comics, and also Harry was actually a better friend, even though he wasn't really such a good friend in the first place. But I'll let Ned Leeds side, since he was basically there for comedic purposes. Now, Laura, as Liz, she was a very likable character. Liz is a very likable character in this movie. She played as the main love interest for Peter. We had MJ in the Sam Raimi movies, we had in the Mark Webb movies Gwen Stacy, which I adore Gwen Stacy, by the way. She's my favorite love interest for Peter, not only because of, well, Emma Stone, but because I just like her as a character in general. She's a perfect fit for Peter. But when I heard it's going to be Liz Allen in this movie, I really don't mind. I'll give it a chance. Anyway, she was really, good in the movie. She's very likable, and you can tell she has feelings for Peter. Even though she doesn't really show it in the movie, you can tell she does like Peter, and Peter really likes her. It's just really nice to see the high school connection. And that's another thing I want to bring out in this movie. This is a high school movie. It's not a typical Spider-Man movie where we see Spider-Man roaming the streets multiple times, meeting new characters, and then the villain arrives, and he saves the day in the city, and then that's it. This is a high school movie. And it really, for the people that would enjoy this movie the most are the younger audiences. I would say the teenagers and kids, because it relates to them more. Not so much about kids, they might find this movie boring because the lack of action in this movie, but it's not because of that. This is a Peter Parker story, which I really like. We've had a lot of times where directors have forgotten that there's a character behind the mask, and same with the people that watch Spider-Man as a whole. We're always seeing a lot of Spider-Man movies, we're just seeing Spider-Man and not so much Peter Parker, and we need to know that there's a man behind that mask. Peter is the, Spider-Man is not the main persona. Peter is the persona behind that mask, and it's just nice to see his life play out. He doesn't fit in well, and he just gets bullied by Flash, which, by the way, Flash doesn't really play a big part in the story. He's also there for comedic purposes. Anyway, so yeah, overall, it was a pretty nice story. It's nice to see a new change of things, and new take on characters. The characters were very different, and created very differently in this movie. Which brings me to our next point, the villain of this movie, Vulture, played as Michael Keaton. Oh my god. Never in my life, I've never thought I would have loved Vulture. I've never been a huge fan of Vulture ever since he was introduced. When I was introduced to the character, I didn't really like him. I mean, I prefer villains like, like Venom and, Shocker. I actually liked Shocker more than Vulture. I can't believe I actually said that. But I'm actually serious. This movie has the best MCU villain ever. A lot of people would disagree with me on that, and I can see people going in the comments right now, oh yeah, well, fucking Ultron and Loki's the best villain in MCU history, but no. I feel like Vulture is by far the best MCU villain we've ever had. He is just so well developed, and you can relate to him more. You can feel for the character. And that's something we haven't felt in a long time since the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and that's what Mark Webb's movies lacked. Good character development for the villains, while in this movie, you can feel for the Vulture. Really, really feel for the character. And it makes you question, if you were placed in the exact situation as he was, would you end up being a villain yourself? I can't blame the guy for what he does in this movie. After you find out about his backstory and what he has to deal with, but I won't get into that right now. Overall, Spider-Man Homecoming was a great experience, but is it the best Spider-Man movie? A lot of people agree that it's the best Spider-Man movie, but I can point out bits in there that didn't need to be there, that didn't need to be there, and there was a reoccurring joke that kept on appearing that I really thought that it didn't really need to reoccur. Overall, Spider-Man Homecoming was a great movie and it lived up to the hype as it did, but it's still not the best Spider-Man movie for me. The best one by far is Spider-Man 2. It's just, I feel like Homecoming could have been much better if it lacked one thing, if it didn't lack this one thing. Marvel has an instance of being too kid-friendly. There's never a sense where, like, in the old Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, in the old superhero movies in general, we always have a sense of, if the hero's not there, you can tell the pedestrians are gonna die. You don't have that feeling anymore. Because of Marvel movies being, kid-friendly and all that stuff, we never get that feeling of the superhero can make a difference. In this movie, there are instances where people are going to die, but you never feel like they're gonna die because Marvel doesn't really kill off their characters, but that's the only thing this movie lacked. If this movie had that chance, that one grasp, to feel like the superheroes actually mattered and could actually help these people, I would have said this is the best Spider-Man movie, hands down. But that's the thing that Sam Raimi's movies captured, is that he's really a superhero, and he really does the things he does because he's a superhero. Overall, Spider-Man Homecoming is a great experience, and if you're a true Spider-Man fan who loves the comics, you're really gonna like this movie. There's a deeper meaning towards the story. If you guys want me to do a spoiler review, leave in the comments below. I feel like I can get more in-depth that way, to get more in-depth with the story. Overall, Spider-Man Homecoming was a great time, and I give the movie a 9 out of 10. And Spider-Man 2, a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, so overall, Spider-Man Homecoming was a great experience for me. Really, really fun. The funnest Spider-Man movie by far. I just wish I had that element of feeling like the character's really going to be in danger. Alrighty guys, that's it for this review of Spider-Man Homecoming. And if you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like and comment. And for all you Spider-Man fans out there, I created a Team Spidey channel. What Team Spidey is a YouTube channel where me and my friends talk about Spider-Man stuff. We talk about speculation videos, we do reactions to probably new Spider-Man trailers, and we're going to be discussing and reviewing and speculating about what we need to expect in Spider-Man Homecoming. And also, by the way, and Spider-Man Homecoming 2, sorry. And also, by the way, Miles Morales fans, you will be pleased with one reference in Spider-Man Homecoming. I will not spoil it for now, but just wait and see, and you will not regret it. Alrighty, guys, that's it for this video, and I hope you all enjoyed. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all later. Catch you all later, Saiyan Squad.